Okay, so imagine, like, computers writing symphonies.
Wow.
Or, creating perfect code.
Yeah.
Or even, like, diagnosing diseases before doctors. It's kind of wild, right? That's AI.
It is.
Artificial intelligence changing everything.
It really is.
But here's the thing. What if this AI, could beat a chess grandmaster,
Okay.
but then couldn't tie its own shoelaces?
Interesting.
That's Moravec's paradox.
I see.
AI's amazing at complex stuff, but struggles with the basics.
Makes you think.
So in this deep dive, we're exploring this paradox, why it exists,
Oh, yeah.
and what it means, for the future.
Sounds good.
Especially for those of you who are new to AI.
Right.
We've got our expert here to help us break it down.
Happy to be here.
So what exactly is Moravec's paradox?
Well, it basically says that AI can master really complex stuff.
Like what?
Like playing chess.
Uh-huh.
Or doing crazy math equations.
Right. Yeah.
But then it struggles with things humans find easy.
Okay.
Like recognizing faces or moving around a room.
Interesting. So it's like our idea of intelligence is kind of backwards.
Yeah, almost.
Could you give us some real world examples?
Sure. Think about Deep Blue, the IBM computer.
The one that beat Kasparov.
Yeah, back in 97.
Big moment for AI.
Huge.
But that same computer you're saying probably couldn't.
Recognize a chess piece on a messy table.
Right.
Walk across a room without bumping into things.
Right. Things kids can do.
Exactly, and effortlessly.
It's amazing our brains just do it.
They really do.
No conscious effort.
Well, that brings us to the why.
The why behind the paradox.
Yeah, our brains, millions of years of evolution.
Survival of the fittest, right?
Basically, so recognizing danger,
Navigating.
movement, all that became super important.
Hardwired. Right.
Deep in our neural circuitry.
But, abstract reasoning,
Yeah.
the stuff AI is good at.
Yeah, that's newer for humans, evolutionarily.
So it's we built the foundation of our intelligence house with basic skills.
Love that analogy.
And then abstract thought came later.
Like adding the upper floors.
Exactly. So
Well-
AI is tackling the penthouse.
But hasn't quite figured out the ground floor.
Which explains why easy things are so hard for it.
Makes sense, right?
Totally. So this difference in brain development.
Yeah.
That's why AI stumbles on things we find instinctive.
Like teaching a fish to climb a tree.
Haha. Their strengths are elsewhere.
For sure.
This is fascinating, but how does this play out in the real world?
Well, Steven Pinker, he's a cognitive scientist.
Okay.
He said, the hard problems are easy and the easy problems are hard.
Whoa, that's deep.
It is, and it has huge implications.
Especially for jobs, right?
Oh, absolutely.
How we work with AI.
It's going to change everything.
So AI's strengths and weaknesses will change the types of jobs we do.
Yeah, the skills we need.
Einstein.
AI is amazing with data analysis, patterns, logic.
Right.
So fields like finance, science, engineering.
Where we humans struggle sometimes.
Yeah, too much information, complex patterns.
So those are the hard problems that AI finds easy. But then, the flip side.
Jobs that need empathy, intuition, social stuff.
Healthcare, teaching, the arts.
Exactly. Human connection, understanding.
A robot doctor might analyze images, but...
It can't replace that human touch.
Right, the emotional connection.
It's not about replacement, it's about collaboration.
Working together.
Yeah, AI and humans each playing to their strengths.
So not robots taking over, but working alongside them.
Like partners, solving problems together.
I like that.
It's finding that sweet spot.
Where AI helps us, takes those repetitive tasks.
Right. Frees us up for creativity, human connection.
That's optimistic.
It is.
But it's got to feel overwhelming for some people.
Maybe, yeah.
People new to AI. What's the key takeaway for them?
AI is different, not just a replacement for us.
It has its own strengths, its own limits.
And understanding that, it's crucial.
As we navigate this whole new world,
Absolutely.
we've only just scratched the surface here.
Oh, there's so much more to explore.
And that's where our deep dive continues.
Right.
We've been looking at this blog post.
It's called Moravec's Paradox. Why your chess-playing robot can't tie its own shoelaces.
A great resource, especially for those new to AI.
It really is.
Full of examples
Right.
and a look at the future of work.
Thought-provoking stuff.
We'll link it in the show notes.
Be sure to check it out.
And stay tuned for part 2, where we unpack even more.
It's going to be good. Thinking about it,
Yeah.
Moravec's Paradox, it's not just like a theory. It's
Wow.
actually part of how our tech has developed.
That's interesting. So, historically, have there been other examples of this?
Oh, tons.
Early robots trying to do simple stuff,
Like
grasping objects, picking things up.
we do it without thinking.
Exactly. Engineers thought it'd be easy to program that,
Yeah, seems basic.
but it was so hard.
Really?
Years of research just to get a robot to hold something without crushing it.
Wow. So even with all the advances, that basic challenge, replicating human skills, it's still there.
It shows how complex our brains are. Yeah, perception, movement.
We take it for granted.
It feels simple because it's natural to us.
Right, but it's not simple at all.
So true intelligence isn't just about, processing power.
It's about experience, adapting, making decisions with incomplete information.
It's humbling. Right.
Definitely AI researchers, they had to rethink things.
Because of those challenges.
Yeah, they realized replicating human intelligence.
It wasn't just about faster computers.
Or better algorithms. It was deeper than that.
It was about understanding how our brains work.
Exactly. How we learn, interact with the world.
So did that change how AI research was done?
Oh yeah, instead of programming every scenario,
Right.
they started using machine learning.
Where AI learns from data, right?
Tons of data and adapts.
More like how we learn.
Through experience, yeah.
So that led to big progress, image recognition, language.
Even robotics, but Moravec's paradox is still there.
Reminding us.
That human intelligence, millions of years of evolution.
That's tough to replicate.
Very.
It's like, we built this powerful engine.
But we're still figuring out the car around it.
I love that analogy.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah, that's the big question.
How do we work with AI, knowing all this?
It's going to change jobs, the skills we need.
For sure, I think it points to collaboration.
Not competition.
Right. Humans and AI working together.
Each doing what they're good at.
Exactly. So we need to focus on human skills.
The things AI can't do.
Creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence.
Adaptability, that kind of stuff.
Those become even more valuable.
As AI takes over those routine tasks.
Think about it. AI handles the data.
Yeah.
We do the big picture thinking, the connecting, the creating.
That's exciting.
It is. AI enhances us instead of replacing us.
But some people are scared, you know?
I get it. Change can be scary.
What advice do you have for them?
Don't panic, first of all.
Okay, good advice.
Change is also opportunity for growth, reinvention.
Right.
Embrace learning. Be curious about AI.
So it's being used.
Exactly. Don't resist. Engage with it.
Find ways to use these new technologies.
Exactly. Be proactive. Take charge of your future.
Don't just predict the future, shape it.
Right. And for those new to AI,
Yeah.
this is just the beginning.
Yeah, but understanding it.
AI isn't some sci-fi thing. It's here.
Shaping our world.
And the more we understand it,
Its potential, its limits,
the better decisions we can make.
about our future with AI.
Absolutely.
Now, we've talked a lot.
We have.
Some people might want to go deeper.
Well, that blog post we mentioned.
Our Moravec paradox. Why your chess-playing robot can't tie its own shoelaces.
A great place to start.
More details, examples, advice.
Especially for those new to AI.
Link in the show notes.
Check it out.
And in part 3, we'll explore some solutions.
Strategies for navigating all this.
Stay tuned. Okay, so we've talked about what Moravec's paradox is and some of its history. But what now? What does this mean for, everyday people?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Especially for those new to AI.
Totally. What can we do about it?
Well, the good news is understanding this paradox can actually help us.
Help us how?
Make better choices about our education, our careers.
So instead of being scared of AI taking over,
Right.
we can use this knowledge to, get ahead.
Exactly. If you know what AI is good at and what it's bad at, you can focus on skills that, work with AI.
Instead of competing with it.
Right. So for someone thinking about their career,
Yeah.
focus on those uniquely human skills.
The ones that AI can't replicate.
Exactly. Like creativity,
Solving.
emotional intelligence, communication.
Adaptability, that kind of stuff.
Those are going to be in high demand, even with more automation.
So it's not about, humans versus machines.
It's humans plus machines.
Working together.
Exactly. AI does the data stuff, the repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
We do the creative thinking, the connecting, the problem solving.
That sounds pretty amazing, actually.
It is. AI enhances us, makes us better.
But I gotta say, some people are still gonna be worried,
I understand change is tough.
What would you say to them?
First, don't panic.
Okay, good advice.
AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used well or poorly.
So, it's up to us to figure that out.
Exactly. Embrace lifelong learning. Stay curious.
About AI, how it's changing things.
Yeah, don't just react. Be proactive.
Learn new skills, experiment.
There are tons of resources out there, online courses, tutorials.
So it's about taking control, not just letting things happen to us.
Exactly. And for those new to AI, remember, it's not the future. It's N now, W.
It's already here.
And the more we understand it, the better we can shape that future.
That makes sense. So to wrap things up,
Yeah.
the big takeaway from Moravec's paradox.
It's not about AI's limitations. It's about our strengths.
Human strengths, creativity, connection, all that.
And those are what will determine our success.
So stay curious, stay adaptable.
And don't be afraid of the future.
Yeah. Embrace it.
It's going to be wild.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Moravec's paradox.
It was a pleasure.
Be sure to check out that blog post, link in the show notes.
Lots of good stuff in there.
And until next time, keep exploring.